Dear students, welcome to my class. In this class, we are going to study the CET portion of haloalkenes and haloarenes. We are going to study some of the objective questions as well as we also learn some of the additional information related to the NEET and JEE. Let us continue. From our material, from the classification and nomenclature part, question number 1. Amongst the CX bond where X is equals to Cl Bri, the correct bond energy order is. Here CX bond is given and X is a halogen here. X is equals to bromine, chlorine and iodine. So what is the correct bond energy order? Decreasing order of bond energy. So we can directly write it without options also. CCl bond is stronger than CBr bond is stronger than Ci bond. Why here the bond length is shorter? Not only that, the CCl bond is mole-polar because chlorine is more electronegative. So that this will have the highest bond energy and Ci will have the least bond energy. So here the option is A. Correct option is A. Let us move to the question number 2. The IUPAC name of the compound. Here one compound is given, for that we have to give the IUPAC name. So I will write the compound or the structure given here. So this is the compound given here. So what is the IUPAC name of the compound? So here we have to select the parent chain here, longest chain here. So this is the longest chain here that has 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. And here bromine is there on the first carbon and third carbon. Because if you see the position of the locants here, if numbering is given from left to right here, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1 and 4 is the position. Or otherwise, if you give from right hand side to the left hand side, what we will get here? It will become 1 and 3. So right to left is the right way. So here bromine is there on first and third carbon. So that it is 1, 3. As we have two bromines, it is dibromo. And here we have methyl group on third carbon. So 3 methyl. Actually the parent molecule is root word or word root 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon. So that it is butane. So 1, 3 dibromo, 3 methyl has 4 carbons here. We call it as 1, 3 dibromo, 3 methyl butane is the IUPAC name of the given molecule. So here the right option is A. It is A itself is the right option. Now let us go for the next question. The IUPAC name of the given compound is. Here one compound is given, for that we have to give the IUPAC name. Let me write the compound first here. So this is the molecule given here. So we have here bromine as the substituent here and methyl groups also there. But while numbering, we should give the least number to this double bond here. So actually this is the way that I am giving is the right way of numbering. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons are there. And double bond is there on the second carbon, so that it is 2 pentene. But substituent is there on third carbon, that is 3 methyl. And one more substituent is there on fourth position. So that here what it will become here? So 4 bromo, because bromine is there on the fourth carbon. 4 bromo, and on third carbon we have methyl substitution, 3 methyl, and it is double bond is at second carbon, so it is pent 2 ene. So let us check once again here. It is 4 bromo, 3 methyl, pent 2 ene. So the right option is B. So here it is given as a B. Let us move to the next objective question. Remember that always we will be getting some questions from the nomenclature. So nomenclature is very important part of the organic chemistry, where some questions will be always tested. Now let us move to the next question. That is question number 4. Which of the following is not an allyl halide? Which of the following is not an allyl halide? You all know that allyl halide. Halide means halogen. For example, if you take here, this is called as an allylic halide. So if a halogen is attached to a sp3 hybridized carbon and that carbon is bonded to an sp2 carbon, then it is called as an allylic structure. So an allylic halide is a halogen that is attached to a carbon which is sp3 hybridized, and that carbon on the other hand it is attached to an sp2 hybridized carbon. So let us see which is not an allyl halide. The first structure is 4 bromo pent 2 ene. 4 bromo pent 2 ene. It is pentene. So here 4 bromo pent 2 ene. It is 2 ene. 4 bromo means bromine is on the fourth carbon. This is 4 bromo skeletal structure of 4 bromo pent 2 ene. So here it is a saturated carbon, sp3 carbon, and it is sp2. So definitely this structure is an allylic structure. Just I am writing the skeletal structure. We can understand very easily. So option A is not correct here because it is an allylic halide. Second one is 3 bromo 2 methyl but 1 ene. But 1 ene here. So this is but 1 ene. We have 3 bromo, that is a bromine on the third carbon. 2 methyl. Methyl is there on the second carbon. This first carbon, second, third, fourth. So what is the name here? 3 bromo 2 methyl but 1 ene. So this is 3 bromo 2 methyl but 1 ene. So clearly here this carbon is sp3 hybridized, and here it is sp2 hybridized, and here this carbon is sp3 hybridized, a saturated carbon. So that here a saturated carbon has a halogen and that carbon is bonded to sp2 carbon. So it is also an allylic structure. Now the third structure is 1 bromo but 2 ene. So 1 bromo but 1 bromo but 2 ene. So this is but 2 ene. So 4 carbons are there. Bromine is on the first carbon. This is a saturated carbon sp3 and that is bonded to an sp2 carbon, and so that this is an allylic halide. Now let us go for definitely the fourth one must be the option 4 bromo but 1 ene. 4 bromo but 1 ene. This is 1 butene and here it is 4 bromo. 4 bromo but 1 ene. Clearly here this is an sp3 hybridized carbon, but this carbon is not bonded to sp2 hybridized carbon. Actually it is also bonded to sp3. So this is not an allylic halide. So option D is the right option. That molecule is 4 bromo but 1 ene is not an allylic halide. So let us move to the next question. That is question number 5. Here we are going for the methods of preparation. All of you are required to go through all the concepts of haloarenes and haloalkanes. So only once you understand the concept properly, then the objective portion is very easy to understand and follow. So once again, I suggest you to revise all the concepts. Let us go for the question number 5. Here one sequential reaction is given. Methods of preparation it is. See here C7H8 is given, some molecule, and that is treated with chlorine on heating. They are heating here. It is giving a product A, and that is again brominated in the presence of iron, and it is giving a product B, and again that is treated with zinc and HCl, probably a reduction. So C is given here. The compound C is here. If you see the options, all are related to the toluene. So let us see, maybe this is a toluene. What is toluene? Methyl benzene, C6H5CH3. C6H5CH3 is known as toluene. So that here definitely this must be toluene. So if it is toluene, this is toluene. See, toluene on chlorination. Here we are chlorinating. That means here 3 hydrogens will react with 3 chlorines to remove 3 hydrochloric acids, and 3 chlorines will be substituted here because we are heating, so that side chain substitution will take place. So that what we are going to get here, CCl3, trichloromethyl benzene. So this group is trichloromethyl. Now it is brominated here. Bromination, electrophilic substitution. Actually CCl3 is a strongly deactivating group, or it is a meta-directing group. So that on bromination, a bromine will be substituted on the meta position, and here it is a CCl3. Again what they are doing here, they are carrying a reduction here, zinc and HCl for reduction here. On reduction what will happen, again this chlorine will be removed and CCl3 will be changed into CCH3. So what we are getting here, toluene is back again here, CH3, and here bromine. So it is nothing but meta-bromotoluene. Meta-bromotoluene is the product here. Once again try to understand. On halogenation, here side chain halogenation takes place here to give rise to CCl3 at these conditions. As this is a meta-directing group, on bromination a meta electrophile will be directed onto the meta position. So after that, as again it is reduced, the CCl3 will be changed into CH3, and 3 HCls will be removed of course, and we get a meta-bromotoluene as the product. So here second option, B is the correct option, that is meta-bromotoluene is the product. Now let us move to the next question. Chlorobenzene can be prepared by reacting aniline with. Here chlorobenzene can be prepared from aniline. Here we are taking aniline, that is giving us a chlorobenzene. How would you prepare chlorobenzene from aniline? Let us see the options here. If you see here, option D is correct here, because here we are treating aniline. Look here, this is actually we have studied even in amines. So this is aniline, and treating with HNO2 and HCl, what we are getting, it is a diazotization. So what we are going to get here, we are going to get a diazonium salt. When this diazonium chloride is again, so what is the condition given here? It is treated with the copper chloride here. If you see the option, here it is treated heating with copper chloride. Yes. So if you heat with copper chloride, what will happen? We get chlorobenzene. So diazonium chloride will be formed. Again treating with copper chloride, it will yield as a chlorobenzene. So it's one of the methods to prepare aloe because aloe can be prepared by diazonium salts. Direct preparation is difficult, so that it is easily prepared here. So here if you see, the option D is the correct one. So D is the correct one here. So first treating with the nitrous acid, and HCl followed by treatment with the cuprous chloride. Now let us move to the next objective question. Which of these compounds represents the major monochlorination isomer formed in the following reactions? Here some products are given, some reactant is given, and which is the major monochlorinated product. On chlorination there will be many chlorinated product, but what is the major product? Let us see the details. Here the molecule, given molecule I will write here. So CH3 and here CH3, they are halogenating, they are whole halogenating. So it is a photochemical reaction, and we all know that halogenation takes place here. So due to halogenation, what is the product here, expected product, can you guess here? So here halogen will be substituted. If you take here, this is a tertiary carbon. So for example, if you substitute a halogen here, that will be most stable here, because this here we are getting a tertiary carbon. So this tertiary radical have more hyperconjugations, because this carbon has here 3 alpha hydrogens. So this has 3 alpha hydrogens. So the substitution can take place in other positions also, but this will be the tertiary carbon radical will be most stable. It will undergo in free radical mechanism because it is in the presence of sunlight. So that here, so chlorine will be substituted on this carbon. So because more number of hyperconjugations are possible, others will not give us most stable. So that if you see here, this option B is the correct option. This is option B here. So that is the explanation. Let us go for the question number 8. An organic compound A forms B with sodium metal. An organic compound A is there, on reacting with the sodium it will form B, that is given here. And again A forms C with PCl5, and A forms C with the PCl5, that is they had given. B and C form diethyl ether. So B and C together, B and C, they will form diethyl ether. So definitely one of them will be alkyl halide and one of the alkoxide. You all know that Williamson's ether synthesis. So here we can guess here definitely one of them is alkoxide. That is here A will be ethyl alcohol. See here, because 2 ethyl groups are there. So A will be ethyl alcohol. And treating with sodium metal, it will form sodium ethoxide. That is C2H5ONA. If ethyl alcohol is treated with PCl5, what is C here? Substitution takes place, C2H5Cl. Look here, this is alkyl halide and this is alkoxide, that will give ether, Williamson's ether synthesis. So that here B is ethoxide, A is ethyl alcohol, B is sodium ethoxide, and C is ethyl chloride. So if you see, what is the right option here? Ethyl alcohol, sodium ethoxide, and ethyl chloride. A is the right option here. So in the option A, it is given ethyl alcohol, sodium ethoxide, and ethyl chloride. So these are the products. Let us move to the next objective question. That is question number 9. So though it is alkyl halides, alkanes and arenes, we have to have the knowledge of overall organic chemistry, because each products are interdependent. The properties of some of the some of the compounds will be the preparations of the other compound. Now let us see what is given here. The best method to prepare fluoroethane here. So fluoroethane, question number 9. What is the best method to prepare chloroethane? I will read the methods. Actually fluorination is very difficult. We know the explosive nature of the reaction. Fluorine being highly reactive, cannot be prepared directly. Let me read here. Ethyl alcohol in the presence of sulfuric acid. Next, ethyl alcohol with HF. Ethyl chloride with mercuric fluoride on heating. So this is the right option here. Look here, C2H5Cl is treated with H2F2. What we will get here? C2H5F. This is the easy replacement of chloride ion by fluoride. So this is the right method. In the last option, direct sunlight fluorination in the presence of sunlight, it is not easy method. So this is the preferable method to prepare fluoroethane. Just here we are exchanging the ions. Let us move to the next objective question. Here some reaction is given, that is nitrobenzene is given here. Nitrobenzene is given. It is undergoing halogenation Br2F2 and it is giving P. Again it is treated with the tin and HCl to give rise to Q. What are P and Q? Look here, it is a nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene, the nitro group is ring deactivating group, that is meta-directing group. So the incoming electrophile bromonium ion will be substituted meta position. So that metabromo nitrobenzene will be formed. But again they are using tin and HCl. Tin and HCl is reducing agent that will convert NO2 into NH2. So that what we are getting here in the next step here, due to reduction what will happen? This is NH2 and Br. That is metabromoaniline. Now let us see the options. What is P? P is metabromon nitrobenzene. So which option is the right option here? So metabromo nitrobenzene and metabromoaniline, that is option D is correct. D is the correct option. Let us move to the next model questions. I am moving to the next model question. The remaining questions have to be practiced as home assignment. I am moving to question number 26. Which of the following products when acetylene reacts with HCl? So once again I will read the question. Which of the following is produced when acetylene reacts with HCl? So here certain products are given repeatedly. Excess of HCl is given here. Acetylene, this is acetylene and treating with HCl. What is going to be produced here? CH2, CHCl will be formed here. Addition will take place, hydrogen and Cl. Again if we treat with HCl, what we are going to get? It is CH3, CHCl2. Nothing but 1,1-dichloroethane. 1,1-dichloroethane. So here the product correct option is B. So this is B, 1,1-dichloroethane. Now let us move to the next question. Preparation of alkyl halide in laboratory is least prepared by which method? So here some method, here preparation of alkyl halides is given. By which method it is least preferred here? So fluoride exchange, direct halogenation, next one is treatment with alcohols, addition of hydrogen halides. So these are all the methods of preparation, but least preferred is direct halogenation, because the direct halogenation of any alkanes may give different types of products. Halogenation will takes place on different carbons, so we'll get a mixture of carbon. So that we don't prefer that method. Direct halogenation is not preferred. Why? Because we get a mixture of alkyl halides. So what is the right option here? So B, direct halogenation we don't prefer. Remaining methods are methods of preparation. From alcohols we prepare alkyl halides. Even from addition of hydrogen halides to alkenes is also preferred. Let us go for the next question here. So here propane is given CH double bond CH2 plus HI, and it is giving a product here. So HI in normal condition, what is X here? We know that it is an unsymmetrical alkene, and this is an unsymmetrical reagent. So when unsymmetrical reagent is added to an unsymmetrical alkene, we apply Markovnikov rule. According to Markovnikov rule, the negative part of the reagent will be added to the carbon with less number of hydrogens. Here this carbon has one hydrogen. Here this double bonded carbon has two hydrogens. But according to Markovnikov rule, we add that negative part of the reagent to the double bonded carbon with less number of hydrogens. That is here. What is X here? CH3. Here it is CHI. Here it is I actually. I and CH3. So it is nothing but a 2-iodo-propane. So the right option is B. It is given like B here. In second option we have a 2-iodo-propane. It is according to Markovnikov rule. So let us move to the next question. The reaction here also again some alkene given CH2 double bond CH and CH3. This is also one propene plus HBr. Here also what is it taken here? HBr is given. The reaction propane with HBr CH3. So just even the product given here. Even the product given here. What is the product? CH3, CHBr, CH3. What they have asked is, what is it? What type of reaction it is? Nothing but electrophilic addition reaction. Here H plus and Br minus is there. As we have double bond here, the electrophile H plus initiate the reaction, and it is an unsaturated compound. So it will undergo addition reaction. So it is nothing but an electrophilic addition reaction, because the reaction is initiated by the electrophile and it is an addition reaction. So that what is the correct option here? Second one. It is an electrophilic addition reaction. You know, substitution means one electrophile replaces the other electrophile, but here it's simply added. So let us move to the next question. That is question number 30. So we use Markovnikov rule and anti-Markovnikov rule in all double bonded compounds. When electrophilic addition takes place, when both are unsymmetrical, we apply anti-Markovnikov rule. Even one is symmetrical, then there is no any need of Markovnikov rule. Next question number 30. Alkyl halide cannot be obtained from alkane or alkene by reaction with. Alkyl halide cannot be obtained either by alkane or alkane by the reaction with HBr, HCl, PCl5, Cl2. HBr, for example, HBr when added to alkene we get alkyl halide. Second one HCl, if you add HCl to alkene we get alkyl halide. PCl5 will not give us any alkyl halide, because PCl5 is used to prepare alkyl halide from alcohols. So that C is the right option. Even D is chlorination, and halogenation alkanes will give us alkyl halides. So PCl5 is used to prepare alkyl halide from alcohols. So what is the right option here? That is C, PCl5. Now let us go to the other type of questions. I will go to question number 42, 41. Ethyl alcohol reacts with thionyl chloride in the presence of pyridine to give. Ethyl alcohol reacts with here ethyl alcohol is given with thionyl chloride in the presence of pyridine. Pyridine, you know, it's a base. to give what are the products that we have to identify here. So it is nothing but C2H5Cl, one of the methods prepare alkyl halide, and here SO2 and HCl will be formed. So here you can see here this sulfur dioxide is gas and it will escape here, but the HCl formed will be taken by pyridine, abstracted by pyridine, because it is a base it will take here. So in this process, what are the products here? Ethyl chloride, sulfur dioxide and hydrochloric acid. So if you see the options here, option C is the correct option, that is ethyl chloride, HCl and SO2. Nothing but the preparation of alkyl halide from alcohols, one of the methods. Now let us go for the next question. We have completed 42nd question. Let us move to next question 43. Ethyl bromide is indirectly prepared from first one, ethyl alcohol and HBr. Yes, we can prepare first option itself. Here we need to prepare ethyl bromide, C2H5Br is to be prepared. That can be prepared from ethyl alcohol and HBr. Ethyl alcohol and HBr. What we are going to get here? C2H5Br and H2O. So that we can synthesize here ethyl bromide from ethyl alcohol and HBr. So first option itself is the right option. Now let us move to the next question. Propene is treated with HBr in the presence of peroxides. Propene. This is propene that is treated with HBr. Propene is treated with HBr in the presence of organic peroxides. Any peroxide can be taken. So what are the product here? Actually it is anti-Markovnikov rule. A reverse product to the Markovnikov rule will be formed here, because here the mechanism is a free radical mechanism. Actually according to Markovnikov rule, if it is carried in the absence of peroxides or sunlight, Br would have been added to the second carbon here. But here now it is proceeding according to the Karash effect or anti-Markovnikov rule. So what is the product here? CH3. Here hydrogen will be added and bromine will be added to the last carbon. So here hydrogen is added to the carbon with less number of hydrogen according to anti-Markovnikov rule. So according to anti-Markovnikov rule, here hydrogen is added here. So what is the product that we are going to get? 1-bromopropane. If it is according to Markovnikov rule, in the absence of peroxide, we get 2-bromopropane. But here 1-bromopropane is formed here. So if you see the option B is the right option. So these are some of the objective discussions. We will continue in the next class. So but you please go through all the concepts that are taught in theory part. Thank you.